Hello.
Hey, everybody. All two of you.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
It's going all right.
Ugh. I can't watch this about the shooting anymore. My God. Awful.
Yeah, pretty bad.
What's happening? Anything exciting?
No.
What boring
Same
lives
old.
we lead. Jeepers, come on.
Well, let's see. Lizzie's graduating in a week. My youngest.
What?
My youngest
Oh, my
is
God.
graduating high school in a week.
That doesn't seem possible.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Where does the time go?
Yeah.
I know my youngest grandsons just went out to Vegas to celebrate their 21st birthday.
There you go. Time flies.
I'm like, oh my God. Graham, you want to come? It's like, no, I think I'll pass, thanks.
Rich, what are your daughter's plans after school, after graduation?
She is going to attend Providence College in the fall.
Oh, nice. Good for her.
Great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Great school.
She's excited about it. Yeah. We've
Lot
got
to do down there.
Yep. We've got Kate's father went there. Her sister went there. Her niece went there. Elizabeth's
Wow.
cousin. So yeah, there's a lot of, it was, she had some good choices. But we went down there and they did a good job on the accepted students day and she just liked it. She said, I could definitely see myself going here. That was after the first visit. Then, once we went to some of the other schools, she picked Providence. So
That's wonderful. That's great.
yeah.
It's like Chris said, it's unbelievable that she's graduated from high school, but
Yeah. Tell me about it. And it's just, the time just flies and it's crazy how fast stuff goes by.
yeah. How about the boys?
The boys are good. Jack's in New York. He'll be there for another, at least another year. He's working, living with his girlfriend in there. And Billy well, I have to explain this to everyone, but he's doing everything backwards. So he goes to school in Scotland. And this year he did his year abroad at the University of Texas at Austin. And now he's in Indianapolis. We just dropped him off in Indianapolis. He's got an internship there for the summer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
World traveler.
Yeah.
No kidding.
He gets around. And then he's got 2 more years back in Edinburgh to finish up his program.
Beautiful city.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I wish I knew, because we went there, when we moved him in and spent the entire time, shopping for, kitting out his apartment, sheets and all that kind of crap. Didn't get to do anything fun. And then COVID hit and we haven't been back yet. So, the good news is we got a couple of years left to get over there and visit some more. But I haven't really seen it, to be honest. I haven't seen much of anything. So,
Well,
waiting.
you can go and bring your golf clubs.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of cool stuff there.
Nice shirt, Jed.
Thanks, Dan.
You were making that a point.
The game isn't until 8:30, right?
I know, Gene. I understand that. It's an all day- it's an all day thought
Till
process.
8:30.
Pre-gaming?
mindset.
What's that?
No pre-gaming yet, no.
No, not yet. All right.
Hi, everybody.
Just keep.
Hi,
just gearing up.
Julie.
Julie?
Hi.
Aye.
It is 7:01 and we do have quorum.
Okay, then let's get it started. Dan, take it away.
All right, so this will be quick and painless anyways. So we'll go with programming first. So current programs that we're offering. We have cardio tennis program that's going and it's going very well. We're doing that along with the skills and drills. These for our adult programs. They're going great. Our new instructor is wonderful. We are going to add more of that stuff for late spring, which we're currently in, and into the summer. We are gearing up for our performance with our children's theater program, which is Children's Playhouse. They are going to have their performance on June 16th at the Galvin. From all indications, things are going great, and we're giving them the Civic Center gym for a few of their dress rehearsals. So we're excited about that. Volleyball program with Coach Weiland ends today. 66 girls participated in that program. That is just exploding. She's thrilled about it. The staff loved it. The kids loved it. The parents loved it. This program is a huge success. So we're thrilled about that, and we're going to offer more clinics with her during the summer. We have a power over Parkinson's class that is ongoing. That's just kind of continuing. We did, instead of doing 5-week sessions, we did 10 visit punch passes instead. We have 6 people who show up every week, but you know, that's something that, and having watched the class today, it's amazing to watch what this disease does to people and how a class like this is helping them. It's refreshing, it's rewarding, and we're so blessed to be part of it. We have pickleball lessons that ended last week, so those are done until September. Our instructor, Mike Holtman, was wonderful. He's going to come back next year, which is great. He just needs some time to recharge the battery and play on his own for a while. So he's taking the rest of spring and summer off, but he'll be back in the fall. So we offered a tennis program after school sports zone. I gotta be honest, the program didn't go as well as we had hoped. We made a mistake where we, instead of having groups, you know, grades 2 and 3, and then grade 4 and 5, the numbers didn't support that. So we combined grades 2 through 5. And honestly, the ability levels, the skill levels were just so gross. It didn't work. And that's on me. We tried to do the right thing by offering the program. The idea was there. The execution failed. Next time instead of combining it, I'll just cancel it. It just didn't work in this case. Could Sandy Palmer have done it? Probably. Sandy's a pro in every sense of the word, of tennis. The sports home guys, that's not their thing. So that's an error on my part. Live and learn from that one. Parents aren't all that upset, but there's been a few complaints, concerns, and we've addressed it. And again, learning experience, we'll do better next time. Pickleball, as far as going on in the summer, going on in the Civic Center right now, numbers are shrinking because it's nice outside. Everybody's going to play outside. So it kind of is what it is. We'll see everybody back when weather, you know, if we have a rainy week, they all come flying inside. Right now, 70 degrees, sunny outside, go get fresh air. We understand it. And when we have our courts finished, that's what they're going to do too in Wakefield. So it's kind of the world we live in now. Everybody realized in COVID, they could play outside. So they're playing outside. Summer for us is obviously around the corner. We start up a month, I think, from next Monday. Our summer program, Club Rec, that we directly offer, we have anywhere from 44 kids on our short week of July 4th up to 74 kids a week sometime in the middle of summer. That's right now. We still have a month more registration to go, a month more people who need a place for their kids to go. We are getting kids from Wakefield Academy who are looking for somewhere to go on Fridays because Academy's only Monday through Thursday. So our numbers are going to be strong. We're happy with where they are. They're better today than they were last year. They're better today than they were before the pandemic. So we're trending up, which is great. We have added a new program that you might have seen on Facebook. It's called Kick It with Claudia. It's a kickboxing class. We're doing a free class for us to start. 16 people interested right now, so we're happy with that. We are trying to add an ultimate disc program. I can't call it ultimate frisbee. Frisbee is a product. It is not the actual apparatus. So we're calling it a disc. I had a lot of interest in it, but nobody's registered yet. So that might be one of those things that we end up canceling, but we're trying to see where it goes. On a great note, I think I mentioned before, I've been dying looking for somebody to do a tot soccer program. I finally found that person. So, we had soccer shots for tots before the pandemic. That company owner unfortunately went out of business. Another gentleman took up that company or his area. He couldn't give us the service that we wanted on the days that we wanted. We couldn't get a few other vendors that I reached out to. Well, somebody else has come into the soccer shop franchise and has taken over our area. Met with them last week. Young, energetic, enthusiastic, everything that we look for, can give us the times and dates that we want. So it should be a huge success. We are going to do a free class for everybody who's interested on June 18th. I just got to find the right location for it. And that'll kind of gear us up for summer as to what is the interest in this still. And then, summer numbers are coming in. We're getting registrations every day, several of them for various programs, and we expect everything to grow. So we're pleased with where we're at. It looks right now that we might need to cancel 1 or 2 programs just because numbers aren't there. And we didn't really expect it, not, outside of the disc program. We didn't expect these ones to be as strong, but we wanted to see if it would stick. They may not. So we'll hold off and see where it goes, but that's kind of where we are programming wise. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
I got a question, Jan. On the disc, is that for kids or is that for older kids?
So we started it with grades 5 to 12. And so the instructor is a Wakefield guy. He is a teacher in the Everett school system. Played disc in high school and in college, and even after college, he played in some sort of leagues. He's taken classes on how to do this. So this is his point of interest. He said that we can do it that age group. If there were some who were younger who were interested, we could potentially do it. We may look into do a family event too, where we can do family nights. Thinking that, and that's kind of what I'm hearing. I've had several families who reached out and said, hey, my husband and I played in college. That's how we met. And we'd love to get back into it. Is this something that we can do? So we're going to look into it. We want to try this first, see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll jump into the family mode.
Are they playing or are they just learning?
So he's gonna start off and doing some basic skills, because you can't just go out. I mean, some people can just go out there and throw a frisbee or a disc and know what they're doing with it, but other people may not. So we're gonna do some basic throws, catches. He even had like patterns for how to get open, covering people, whatever it is, and then lead into game. There'll be some sort of game every night. And he's offering it on a 5-week basis or on a weekly basis for those 5 weeks. So people have the option to, geez, I can't commit because it's hard during the summer. I can't commit for 5 weeks, but I can be there for 3. So we have the option to register for 3 individual dates. We'll see.
A lot of the leagues run in the summertime.
They do, and that's why we're really trying to reach out to kids who haven't played yet, who may not be into a mainstream activity, soccer, baseball, basketball, whatever it is. Try and target that audience and see is this their passion. So, and as the instructor explained to me, that's how he kind of got into it. He wasn't into some of these other sports, and that stuck with him, and it resonated, and it worked really well, and it's a lifetime activity for him. So we'll hope and cross our fingers and see what sticks on this one.
Okay.
Anything else? No. Okay. Civic Center wise, we're still busy. Scheduled pretty strong through the end of June. Not this weekend, of course. This weekend, Memorial Day, we don't really have anything there at all. So, but some exciting things that are coming up is the roof is going to get fixed on the gym. Some of that was approved by capital improvement. Other ways, Steve has some sort of financing coming from somewhere, a grant. I don't know what it is, but either way, that whole roof is getting replaced. So that's exciting. So no more leaks there would be great. The lower bathrooms of the Civic Center we're also on the docket for capital improvement. Those are being renovated and ripped out sometime, hopefully this summer, because that's what kind of works best with the Boys and Girls Club being off-site and over at Moulton for the majority of the summer. So that's going to happen. The balcony in the gym is going to get some love and some I don't even know how I want to phrase it. Basically, they're gonna make it more sturdy. So if we wanted to have the ability to have people up there, we can do that. If we wanted to put seating up there, we could do that. So that's happening. There's some more painting ongoing. That they painted the front doors recently. All the exterior doors are being repainted. And then there's talk about the kitchen downstairs being renovated by the town itself. So not using any capital money, but within the facilities department, they have a budget to do some work there, because that thing is gross, to put it mildly. We found that we had a small infestation of mice in there, or in the lower level, and it was directly from that area. So it needs some love. I wouldn't mind personally seeing it gut for a while, with the ability to maybe add a kitchen at a later time. I think right now our biggest need is storage space for a host of groups, between the food pantry, between the Boys and Girls Club, myself. Storage is at a premium, so maybe use that as storage for short term, and then if we found the need for kitchen services, we could add that in. So those are all talks that we're having. Nothing would happen until after July 1st with that anyways, when we have the new fiscal year. But that's some of the conversations that we're having and some of the things that are coming up. Any questions about the Civic Center? No. Okay, on to fields. So you probably saw the item today, and it said that the Fit Court is coming to Moulton Park. And we got the $50,000 grant from Blue Cross Blue Shield. The town has also approved matching funds through ARPA, or up to $100,000 for ARPA, to put that in. So that is going to be a go. Steve, myself, Dennis Fazio, and Catherine Dinger met down there today. And I had always thought that we'd use the tennis courts or the basketball court, and we're not. We're actually going to go to what Dennis referred to as the paddock, out in deep center field, behind it where like the flag is, and we think we're going to do it there. And some of the reason behind that is we want to potentially use the tennis courts for something else, like like a street hockey court. And I'm looking into some grant potential with the Boston Bruins to see if they would do some sort of a grant, because they do these things, and help us put in a street hockey court there, because that's how that's currently used, or has been used for years. And we don't really want to take that area if that's how it's used. We don't want to steal Peter to pay Paul, when we have another space that we could use for the Fit Court. So that's a conversation that we're having. Nothing's set in stone yet, but that's kind of where we're heading. Any questions on that before I move? Jed, go ahead.
What's a Fit Court?
Okay, so the Fit Court. So fitness court is, it's actually really cool. So I was approached by National Fitness Campaign via Blue Cross Blue Shield to pitch this idea of a Fit Court. And the Fit Court is a 38 by 38 area that has 7 fitness stations that are all static, so no moving parts. Within this fitness court, you can there's an app that you can use on your smartphone, and it will tell you how to use each of those pieces of equipment. And some are pull-ups, some are push-ups, some are box jumps, some are agility activities, and you can get a full workout in 7-8 minutes, whatever it is. These things are popping up all over the country. We will be one of the first in Massachusetts. There is one currently in Revere, I think. I know there's one in Burlington, and then there might be one in Central Mass or something like that, but there's not many of them. These are coming up. They're great ways of, like I said, getting a quick workout. With this fit court, I can get 12 ambassadors who they will train to use it. 5 of those ambassadors can go to a kind of convention that they have to learn more about these things. This is something that I would personally want to reach out to our local gyms and fitness instructors and sit there and say, hey, can you go down there and run sessions with people so they know how to use this stuff and use this stuff properly? One of the reasons that we got the grant was because of the location of it, where with the fit court being near the senior center, we looped this in as an age-friendly site, and they love that. They love the fact that it was near downtown. So it's the walkability of the area was attractive to them, and it should be a big thing. I'm excited about this. We also needed to get some sort of a commitment to buy or find concrete to do the pad for this. And Steve has talked to the folks at McClellan. They're happy to donate that. So this is a big win for us, and it'll be exciting when it's all up and running. And so we've already submit the bill of acceptance, or whatever we want to call that. I've already done a PO for them, and the next stage is they're going to start mailing us equipment in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Get the pad poured sometime in early June, have that installed sometime in July, and this thing should be open by August.
Dad, I just looked it up, actually Googled it, and it's pretty cool. I like what Dan's saying. It was really easy just to look it up and get like a bigger picture. And Dan, I'm just looking here, and it's like showing me an app that you can download. Yep. And it's pretty cool.
I have the app on my phone, and one day I just wanted to go through and see what it was. The app also has different stages for people. So, the app has beginner, it has intermediate, it has advanced or expert. And, you could do, I could see a lot of like middle school, high school age kids who want to go down there. And there's like a Navy SEAL training or something like that, so they're not going to obviously do that, but they're going to do some extensive things. And they have those kind of trainings to show you, here's the workout we want you to do for this time frame. And it's unique, it's neat, and nobody else has it around us. So I'm excited about that too.
Dan, I don't have my cell phone. I left it at my daughter-in-law's house. I was just wondering, you said it had no moving parts, right? I mean, this is something that can't be vandalized or anything like that.
Well, I mean, somebody go down there spray painted, but aside from that, no.
Okay.
There's very few moving
Oh,
parts.
God, no.
Right. There's very few moving parts, and it's low maintenance, which is one of the keys for me, because when you get into like playgrounds, there's a lot of moving parts and they break easily.
Right.
There's not a lot of stuff here that breaks easily, and even if something did break, there are guarantees on it.
Okay.
Any other questions about fit court?
Do we have to concern ourselves with the abutting homes in that?
That's a great question. We are actually going to meet with the abutters and go over, here's what we're doing, here's where it's going to be, questions, concerns. The area we picked, again, we talked to Dennis. Dennis knows the abutters quite well, because he has to maintain the area that's there. He did not seem to think there would be any concerns, but of course we're going to meet with the entire neighborhood. Okay. And some sort of letter will be coming out, I imagine, the next couple days, week.
I mean, if it's by the lake, they're pretty used to, and you said like past deep center field, right?
Past deep center field, yeah.
They're like used to, especially in the summer, like late softball games with the lights on and all that stuff.
So it's at Moulton, Julie. So by the West Side Social Club.
Never mind. I got you. Okay, that one.
But they'd be used to baseball games down there from Twi-League and from Senior Bay Group, and from the Boys and Girls Club being there all summer, and from Popular Playground and that area, the West Side Social Club. That place is heavily used.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It is. I've been there a couple times recently, and it was like concentrate. It was like afternoon. Yeah.
Yep. And we looked at another location that was closer to the basketball court and the tennis court, and I honestly didn't feel it was safe, just because if you're a righty and you're late on a fastball and you foul it off, it was going right to the area that we were talking about. So
there's not a lot of room right next to that, like basketball court, tennis court right there. you're right. It would not be safe at all. There would be a lot of foul balls over there.
Yeah. And, and this also gives us an opportunity to, like I said, to use that tennis court in a different way. Look at the basketball court, see, do we want to do some work there? Funds are available to do some of this stuff. So if we can do it, let's do it once, let's do it right. Any questions, concerns? Okay, so we can come back to that too if need be. So the fields, they booked like crazy, which is always this time of year. The women's softball league starts up on June 7th. The Twi League at Moulton will start on the 20th of June. We have a couple Eagle Scout projects that are coming up that I think are going to be very cool. One Eagle Scout is going to do compost bins for me at the community gardens. We already have the ones that the town provided, and quite honestly, they serve their purpose, but I don't think they're big enough, and I think they could be better built. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Chad. So we have an Eagle Scout who's going to do them, make them bigger, more accessible, so people can get in them, turn stuff over, move things around. That's one I'm excited about, because he met with me and he said, "What can I do?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Can you do this?" And he is running with the idea, and it should turn out great. And he's going to run how it's going to look by me, because I told him I want it to fit in the character of the facility already. I don't want it to be something, outlandish. And I told him at the end, if he wants, I'll put a little plaque on there. So it Eagle Scout project by da-da-da. So he knows that he'll get the recognition for that. Another Eagle Scout approached me and wants to do some work on the stands at the BMX track. He wants to take off the treads there. He wants to sand them down, paint them, sand down the metal, paint that, and just give it some love. So we're excited about that too, because two things that we don't have the time, money, or whatever to do, and they're happy to take that on and do it. So those things may sound small in nature, they're huge. The movies by the lake, those will start up in July. So it's July 14th, 21st, 28th, August 4th, and then there's a rain date of August 11th. The rec department, we did sponsor one of them, just because we felt like we should be involved in that kind of an activity. So we kicked in $500 for a movie sponsorship. So that's kind of the long or the short of it. Can't see anything that I missed as I'm checking all my notes, because I wrote a lot of them. No, I think that's all I have. Any questions about any of that or anything else?
No goat yoga this year.
No goat yoga. Too expensive. Too expensive. That's about $1,000 to bring him in now.
Get out! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were about 600 last time, and I'm sure it's more now, if they're even bringing them out. Any other questions?
Dan, was there, you spoke with the BMX director about the dates or not?
Sure did. No problem.
Okay.
And I haven't got any complaints or concerns yet. So I take no news as good news, because I feel like the ones who were vocal before would be vocal now if it was an issue. I haven't heard anything. So the first race would be the state race, which is, bear with me while I hop on my phone just so I can grab that date, because I know it when I see it. July 17th is the state race. That's one that we would annually allow them to have amplification anyways. So I personally plan on going out on July 24th, which is their first flat pedal open, which is outside of what our normal scope is with the amplification. And that's the date that I'm shooting to have the decibel levels checked.
What's that date, Dan?
July 24th, a Sunday. And that's one that I'll reach out to the abutters and say, can we come over to your backyard so I can hear? I need to hear what they hear. Having, and I've said it a million times, having grown up across the street from a park, I understand the concerns. When there was concerts across the street from my parents, some of you wanted to hear, some of you didn't. Anything else?
Nope.
That's all I got.
Awesome. Any old business, new business?
Yeah, I got an old question. Whatever happened to the handicap swing?
No, Jesus.
It's a great question. Kind of tabled that
Yeah,
one.
Dan, you, wow.
Kind of tabled that one. You know what? Let me start pricing, and I know where we can get money for that.
All right.
Though, you know, I will say and I think I said at the time too, we need something. I've always had the concern of putting it in and how do we maintain it? How do we make sure it's used properly? Because I know how regular swings go, and I know how many of those we have to buy per year. Something like this is going to be a different animal, and it's going to be bigger. It's going to be a bigger scope. I think we need to find the right location for it. I don't know that the lake is necessarily that location. I think that we as a commission should maybe do some site visits, look at that and find the right area for it, wherever that may be. Because that is going to be used for its unintended purposes. And I can see something like that breaking very quickly. And then we're back to square one. So I want to be cautious and careful as to where we pick it, where we put it. I do agree that that's something that should be looked at, and where there's ARPA funds available, perfect timing to do it. So I'm glad that you brought that back up, because on my list of things to do after COVID, sadly that got taken from the list because so many other things I had to prioritize. That will go back onto the list. And I'm putting a note on my little sheet here now to remind myself. Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas or places that you've seen that you think that would work, it would be safe. And I know there's no guarantees. I'm open to those conversations.
Just off the top of my head, I have no idea where a good place for it would be right at the moment, but I kind of like to see it go where there are other playground equipment or children's
Right.
equipment, so the children weren't separated from others.
Correct.
You want them in diverse.
I agree with that. I just think we need to find the right playground, and one that is, you know, I wouldn't want to go to Sullivan for instance. It's you know, tucked back there. Nobody goes back there. If they're back there, generally the people who are using it the wrong way are going to use everything there the wrong way. You know, I wouldn't want to go to Nacella. There's a small playground in Nacella that needs a complete overhaul, and I think it's on the list of things that's being overhauled. But again, you couldn't see that playground from the street. I wouldn't want Maple Way, again, tucked back far away. But is Dolbear the right spot? Maybe. Dolbear is again behind the school, but you can see it. You can see that off the street. Is either of the lake ones a good idea? I don't know that Spalding is, but maybe Colonel Conley is. I think these are, you know, maybe Moulton is. I don't know. I think these are things that we need to look at and find the right location for it, where it won't get the abuse that I expect it would get elsewhere.
I mean, Dan, do you already have a good idea of like which playgrounds are the heavy hitters that we have to replace and repair swings at already?
I know next on the list is I know that Nacella is on the list, because that is probably a playground from when I was a kid.
Oh, I just mean like, where do we frequently see vandalism? Like, do we know which playgrounds usually get vandalized more?
I know that Spalding at the lake, he has things that break all the time. I know that Sullivan has things that break all the time. I've never heard anything about Maple Way. JJ is new, and maybe JJ is a good location for it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of space there where we could actually add that in, and it wouldn't upset that the way everything is set up already. If we added that in, that actually might be a great location. And again, that's new, and I know I haven't had to buy any parts for that yet. You know, the school ones, if you put it once, well, again, I threw Dover out there, that's at a school, you know, you couldn't put it at Woodville. You couldn't put it at Greenwood. And you probably couldn't even put it at Dover, because if you put it at Dover, then the other schools have that same situation with a student who has that. Do we have to put it at all the schools? Yeah, this is the conundrum that we roll into. I don't know. I don't know the right answer, but I know that we need to start somewhere and put it somewhere. And those who want it deserve it. So, you know, maybe JJ's the place. And I think this is a good conversation to have, and you know, I'd love everybody to brainstorm, see if we can check out some playgrounds between now and next meeting, because we will meet at the end of June. And let's come to the table with a few ideas. I'll price it out, see what it's going to cost. I'm sure I can get that one pushed through ARPA, no problem. And Jed, thank you. I'm glad that you brought that back up, because so far off my radar, and it should have been on my radar.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Save me on that one. Anything else?
I'm good.
No. All right, Mr. Stevens. Is he there?
Dog is.
All of a sudden, it's like pregnant pause.
Damn mute button.
Yeah.
Okay, motion to adjourn then.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Is somebody doing dishes?
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank
You're
you.
doing a great
Thanks,
job.
Dan.
Thank you guys.
Stan.
Appreciate all the support.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, we'll talk to you
Happy
guys.
Memorial Day.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good Memorial Day, everybody. Be
Okay.
safe.
Go
Yeah,
Celtics.
you too.
Go Seas.
Oh, that's right too.